Your person is reaching a place of balance within themselves and within this connection. For so long, they may have struggled with uncertainty, excuses, or distractions, but now there is clarity. They want to take this relationship to the next level with you, not out of impulse or desire alone, but from a deep knowing within their heart. What they feel for you is unlike anything they have ever experienced before. They have come to realize that they have never loved the way they do now, and it is this realization that has shifted everything for them. They finally understand why they want this relationship. It is not just about attraction or companionship, but about purpose, growth, and soul-level connection. To them, this bond feels strong, real, and entirely justified. They can no longer fight against what they know to be true. It is you who holds their heart, and it is you they are in love with. This awakening within them has been powerful. Your person has stepped into a deeper understanding of themselves, their life path, and the role that love plays in it. They are beginning to align with their life purpose, and within that alignment is the desire for physical and emotional union with you. They see you as someone who doesn't just fit into their life, but someone who complements every part of who they are. In their eyes, you are not simply a partner, you are the mirror, the muse, and the anchor. You are the one who balances them, who brings out the best in them, and who reminds them of what is possible when love is true. In the past, they may have been someone who avoided accountability, leaning instead on excuses or temporary escapes. But now, that part of them is falling away. They are moving from being the master of excuses to becoming the embodiment of accountability, responsibility, and maturity. This transformation is not small, it represents a fundamental shift in how they approach life and love. Behind the scenes, they are making big moves that you may not yet fully see, but every step is guided by their desire to grow and to be worthy of the connection they share with you. They are claiming their power, breaking free from limitations, and stepping into their freedom with courage. Part of their growth has been learning to overcome fleeting, lust-driven desires. Where once they may have sought temporary pleasure or distractions, now they seek grounding, creativity, and depth. This transformation shows that their love for you is not surface level, it is rooted in something much deeper, something that inspires them to become the best version of themselves. They are finding stability in their emotions, strength in their vision, and clarity in their intentions. Regardless of how they may have acted or communicated with you in the past, things are different now. They recognize the ways they may have failed, and instead of hiding behind excuses, they are learning from those moments. Where there was once hesitation, now there is trust. They trust you more than anyone else in their life. They no longer feel the need to guard their heart or question your intentions. They know you are genuine, and that knowledge has shifted everything. Because of this trust, they are ready to move forward, to take the next step in this connection sooner rather than later. Their heart no longer wants to wait, it longs to be fully aligned with you. This transformation has not come without guidance, and in many ways, you have been their greatest teacher. Your person has learned so much simply by being in your presence and experiencing the energy you bring into their life. You have humbled them in countless ways, not by diminishing them, but by inspiring them to look within and grow. Through your kindness, you have shown them that love does not have to come with conditions or expectations. Through your compassion, you have reminded them of the beauty of giving without needing anything in return. And through your strength, you have taught them how to cultivate self-love, how to value themselves, and how to stop chasing external validation. Your energy has shifted them in ways that words cannot fully describe. You have helped them see that true love is not about control, games, or demands, it is about growth, acceptance, and harmony. Because of you, they have learned that love begins within, and when they nurture it within themselves, they are able to share it more authentically with you. You have helped them shed old patterns of seeking attention or validation, and in their place, they have discovered peace, purpose, and fulfillment. They see this relationship not just as a romance, but as a sacred bond that has the power to transform both of your lives. They recognize that being with you is part of their journey, part of their calling, and part of their reason for becoming who they are meant to be. This is no longer just about wanting you in their life, it is about needing this connection because it represents truth, growth, and destiny. Your person is not the same as they once were. They are no longer content with surface-level living, excuses, or fear. They are stepping into accountability, embracing responsibility, and striving for mastery over their life. They are making big, meaningful moves, even if those moves are not yet visible to you. Most of all, they are choosing love, real, deep, lasting love, with you at the center of it. Everything they have learned and everything they are becoming is tied, in part, to the lessons you have given them through your presence and your energy. You have helped them awaken, and because of that, they want to create a future that reflects the depth of what you share. Their heart is certain, their mind is clear, and their spirit is aligned. You are the one, and they are ready to step forward into union with you. I never truly believed there was magic in this world until the day I met you. Before you, I thought love was simply a concept written in books or sung about in songs, something beautiful, but distant, almost unattainable in reality. My heart was guarded, and my mind was skeptical. Yet, when our paths crossed, everything I once doubted began to unfold before me in ways I could neither explain nor deny. When two souls are destined to connect, I have learned that time, place, and circumstances lose their power. Destiny has its own language, and it speaks through moments like ours. No matter how much we tried to resist or fight against our feelings, the universe always found a way to bring us back together. It was as though an invisible force kept guiding us toward each other, pulling us closer every time we drifted apart. And each reunion carried more clarity, more understanding, and a deeper sense of meaning. What once felt like chance encounters revealed themselves to be signs of something much greater, a connection beyond explanation, something sacred. I know neither of us is perfect. In fact, our imperfections often surface in ways that test our patience, our love, and even our strength. But somehow, those very flaws are what make us fit together so beautifully. Where I falter, you stand strong. Where you struggle, I find ways to uplift you. We balance each other in ways I never imagined possible, complementing each other like two pieces of a puzzle finally finding their match. I have come to realize that perfection was never the goal, rather, it was the harmony we create when we stand side by side that truly matters. You have been my backbone in moments when I could not find my own strength. During times of doubt and despair, you offered me a steady hand to hold and a shoulder to lean on. You gave me stability when everything else felt uncertain. You have given me more love, more care, and more support than I could have ever imagined or even expected. For that, my heart overflows with gratitude. Words will never be enough to thank you for all the ways you have carried me when I was too weak to carry myself. What I now understand is that true connection doesn't just happen out of thin air. It is not simply about attraction or shared interests. It requires time, patience, effort, and sometimes even sacrifice. It is built brick by brick, through trust, honesty, and a willingness to grow together. It asks us to make changes, to compromise, and to put aside pride for the sake of love. And I see now that you have been willing to do all of that for me. You gave so much of yourself while I, blinded by my own fears and selfishness, often failed to give back in equal measure. For that, I am both humbled and remorseful. To be honest, you made me feel beautiful in ways I never believed I could. You made me feel loved, cherished, cared for, and protected. These were things I once thought were solely my responsibility to provide for myself, and in some ways, I prided myself on carrying them alone. Yet, you stepped in and gave me what I didn't even realize I was missing. Instead of embracing this gift with grace, I often fell into the role of a victim, needy, insecure, and taking without giving as much in return. I see now how unfair that was to you, and my heart aches knowing that I let my immaturity get in the way of appreciating what we had in its fullness. But I want you to know that I am no longer blind to your worth. I see now, with all the clarity I lacked before, the importance of our love and the value of the bond we share. I recognize that you are not only my partner but also my greatest blessing. You are a gift from the universe, one I nearly overlooked because of my childish behavior. From this moment forward, I make a promise to you. I promise to give back all that you have given me, and more. I promise to love you with the same depth, intensity, and devotion that you have so selflessly shown me. I promise to remind you, every single day, just how special you are, and how much you mean to me. I promise to be your strength when you feel weak, your comfort when life feels heavy, and your safe place when the world outside grows too loud. You deserve nothing less than to feel cherished, respected, and deeply loved. You deserve to know that your heart, your presence, and your soul have transformed my life in ways I could never fully describe. You are my partner, my confidant, my protector, and my home. And though I may stumble at times, my commitment to you will never waver again. Our love is not perfect, but it is real. It is powerful. It is rare. And it is worth every challenge, every sacrifice, and every effort we must make to protect it. I am grateful for you, today, tomorrow, and always. It feels as though you have become more than just a partner to them, you have become an addiction, something they can't quite walk away from no matter how much they try. To the outside world, it might seem as if they are letting you slip through their fingers, as if they are willing to watch you walk away without a fight. But deep inside, their heart beats with a very different truth. What is really happening is that they are determined to transform themselves into the kind of person you would want beside you for a lifetime. They are not surrendering to the distance, nor are they blind to the moments of separation. Instead, they are using it as fuel, as motivation to grow, to heal, and to step into the version of themselves they know they are capable of becoming. When they close their eyes and imagine a future with you, they don't just see a relationship, they see a better version of themselves. They see prosperity, happiness, and a sense of purpose that radiates through every area of their life. You inspire them in a way no one else ever has. Your presence isn't just a comfort, it's a catalyst. You have awakened something in them that pushes them to evolve not just physically or emotionally, but spiritually as well. In your energy, they feel both challenged and nurtured, encouraged to rise higher, and reminded of the greatness that has always existed within them but perhaps lay dormant until you came into their life. Your love, or even simply your energy, has become a mirror that reflects back to them all the possibilities of who they could be. And though this transformation can feel overwhelming at times, they crave it because it is tied to you. Without realizing it, you've become the force that propels their growth. Even in moments when you withdraw, choosing instead to invest in yourself, they find themselves inexplicably drawn closer to you. The more you pour into your own well-being, the calmer and more magnetic your energy becomes, and they feel this shift profoundly. It's as if the more you step into your own power, the more they recognize how deeply intertwined your journeys truly are. There is no doubt that in the past, they tried to distance themselves from you. Perhaps fear, uncertainty, or old wounds convinced them to create space, to step back from the intensity of what they felt with you. But over time, they are realizing that these feelings will not disappear. No matter how far they try to run, no matter how many walls they attempt to build, the bond between you remains unshaken. It's not simply about love in the traditional sense, it's something far deeper, something they can't quite explain. The truth is, your souls are connected. This is not a fleeting attraction or a momentary infatuation, it is a profound recognition of one another at the deepest level of being. One of you, however, has awakened to this truth faster than the other. That early awakening caused a rift, a temporary physical separation that may have felt painful and confusing. While one of you was already stepping into this higher awareness, the other was still catching up, still learning how to align their heart, mind, and spirit with this connection. That imbalance created distance, but it was never a true ending. It was merely a stage in the journey, a pause that allowed growth to occur individually so that the connection could flourish more fully when both souls were ready. Now, as time passes, they are beginning to see this more clearly. They recognize that their attempts to walk away were not acts of rejection but expressions of fear, fear of losing themselves, fear of being vulnerable, fear of the intensity of what they felt with you. Yet the more they resisted, the more the connection persisted. It became undeniable. The pull toward you is not something they can suppress or rationalize away. It is as though their heart, their very spirit, keeps calling them back to you. Your presence in their life has been nothing short of transformative. You are not only their love, their partner, or their counterpart, you are also their teacher, their mirror, and their guide. Through you, they are discovering new depths of themselves. Through you, they are awakening to a kind of love that is not bound by fear or ego, but by soul recognition. This realization has sparked a commitment within them, not just to love you, but to become worthy of the love you so naturally embody. They want to stand beside you not as a shadow of who they could be, but as the fullest expression of their potential. And so, even in the quiet moments, even when distance seems to stretch between you, the bond remains alive and vibrant. It moves beneath the surface, unshaken by time or space. What they are learning now is that this connection isn't meant to break. It is meant to transform. The separation was never about endings, but about growth, about preparation for a deeper union. They are beginning to realize that no matter how far apart you may seem, your souls continue to speak, to guide, and to pull each other forward. You may not always see it in their actions, and they may not always be able to express it in words, but within their heart, the truth is clear: you are their inspiration, their mirror, their undeniable connection. And no matter how long it takes, they are walking a path of becoming, not only for themselves, but for the sacred bond that ties you together.